Who run Barter Town?
You know who.
You know him, you love him. He's...
Okay. So I have some fun stories, some personal stuff. Epics to close and things of all that nature. But I kind of want, there's a couple stories that I kind of want to tell. So, I got some magic cards. Hey Andy, how's the magic addiction going? I got 4 boxes of Strixhaven. I bought 4 singles from Strixhaven because I wanted the last 2 fucking Elder Dragons, because I only got 3 of the 5. And I wanted 2 more of the Emeritus because I only got 2 of the 5. And I was like, motherfucker. But I got all 4 of the Paradigm cards, and they're fun. So, I got 4 boxes of Strixhaven. And I was fucking around looking at eBay, like you do when you're addicted. And I'm always looking for the same thing. I don't know anything about Magic. I got a bunch of Magic cards. I'm just trying to get rid of them. You find that more than you think. Honestly, you find that shit more than you think. And I found one that seemed legit. This dude's like, this guy was renting an apartment, and he left his Magic cards. I'm just getting rid of the Magic cards, right? He's like, I don't know nothing about Magic. I'm just trying to get rid of all this shit. I will send you 5, because it was listed by the pound. That was the thing that originally caught my attention. 5 pounds of Magic cards. It's not often that you see poundage of Magic cards, right? Usually you get 4,000 Magic cards, 1,000 Magic cards, 500 Magic cards. You know, like, it's always like a number of cards, not 5 pounds of Magic cards. I'm like, okay, this guy seems legit, right? So, the listing also said that he was just going to grab like a random handful from each box and throw them into a box and send them out to you. And I was like, alright, cool. I'll get this. It was like $39, something like that. It wound up being $50 with shipping. It's like $12 shipping. I'm like, fucker. So, box comes in today, right? And immediately when I opened the box, I'll show you the box. Immediately when I saw the box, I was kind of like, okay. It's not even like a card box. It's just a mailer box, right? And it's just packed full of cards, right? Shit tons of cards. And he even had just like a handful of shit that he just like threw on top of the deck, or on top of the stack of cards. And of that random shit, I got like just play sleeves. I got 2 dragon play sleeves and a, what is that, like, that is really green, purple, or a purple and a fucking shiny green. Looks like St. Patrick's Day deck, right? Got those thrown in there, and I was like, oh yeah, this guy doesn't know what the fuck he's doing. And then I got these 3 cards in play sleeves, in blue play sleeves, right? Here's the crazy thing. I go to look at one of the cards, because it's always on the back. I'm like, I don't have any idea what the fuck this is. It's Force of Will. I've never in my life ever even heard of Force of Will. So I'm like, okay, cool. So I have 3 Mana Stones from Force of Will, right? And then I see a yellow border. And immediately in my head, I think to myself, oh my god, those are like super rare. Those are like special fucking thing, right? Like, it's stuff you get at tournaments and stuff like that, right? I'm like, uh-oh. Something like that could be some money. But what I forgot is that fucking Pokemon has yellow borders. So I got 1 Pokemon card too. which I honestly think is kind of cool. I got a Galarian Moltres. I have no fucking clue what the shit that is, but I got one, and it's foil, right? So I'm like, well, that's pretty neat. I got a foil Moltres for a game I don't play. Nevertheless, it's fun. Fuck you. Go with my Pokemon cards, because I do have 4 Pokemon decks. But it seems all the rest of them are Magic. I mean, they all, like, I just kind of, like, pulled out sections of them and just kind of looked at them. They all, the rest of them seem like they're Magic cards. But yeah, just fucking, just a box full of cards. And I was looking through some of them, and they're all just common cards, really. But they're from, like, random ass sets. Totally random ass sets. Like, from 9th generation, like, up. Kind of fun. So, I'm gonna look through it, see what actually, no, I saw some fucking dark cards in there. There were some dark cards in there. I'm like, wow, that's some old cards. That was when I was playing Magic the first time the dark came out. I love those cards. So I'm like, ooh, there's some cool cards in here. They're all commons. Whatever. Fun cards. It was fun. But yeah, that was a... this could be expensive. No. You're always looking for that, though. That's why you do it. I don't know anything about Magic. Here's a fuck ton of cards. You never know what could be in that. Could be crazy shit in that. Could have alphas and shit in that. You never know. So I'm always looking for that kind of stuff on eBay. And for those little moments. This is what other people are like, oh, do you do sports gambling? No, it's legal. No, I don't gamble. That's a lie. It's a total fucking lie. I gamble on Magic cards. I gamble on, am I going to get the cards I want out of this pack? And for the most part, I don't give a fuck. I just want cool cards. But, yeah. That's my version of gambling. So I gambled a little bit, and it paid off because it's fun. I'm having fun no matter what, and if you're having fun, it's worth $50, you know, right? I've paid $50 for a hell of a lot more ridiculous shit in the hopes of having fun with it, and I didn't. So, you know what I mean? That was fun. But yeah. So, one epic that we were kind of in the middle of when I told you about it. You know, we've been following this since the beginning, haven't we? I don't know. Maybe. Probably. But some of you might not know what the fuck's going on. So I'll start from the beginning. About 3 years ago, I think it was, my car got stolen. Funny story. So 3 years ago, I got into my Xbox movie thing, back when I could still buy movies on it, and I played all of my Marvel movies, all of the X-Men movies, Spider-Man movies, Ghost Rider, all of the fucking cool movies before all the shit movies came out. And a couple of the shit movies. I'll admit I got a couple of them because I was interested in seeing them. And then I was like, yeah, I'm not going to do that again. So, but all the good movies, right? And I got them all clustered together to where they're all kind of together, right? And now I've decided that I'm going to watch them all in chronological order, right? So start with Captain America, right? And then we go all the way through to, what was the latest one out that came out that I had? Love and Thunder. It's a shit movie, but I got it with the Thor pack. Because I was like, I'll buy the pack, and if it sucks, then it sucks, and I can watch it and go, ugh, it sucks. Whatever, hopefully it'll be fun at least. And it was not. It sucked. But yeah, I got that one, and Multiverse of Madness, and the Spider-Man that was really, really good. Where the Fuck Is Home, or whatever the hell it was called. But I also got the Venom movies in there, the Deadpool movies. I got the New Mutants, all of those movies, right? I don't have was it Eric Bana that played the Hulk in the first, more recent, old Hulk movie, right? Post Lou Ferrigno, but pre fucking Ed Norton, right? That guy. I think it was Eric Bana. I don't have that one. That one really sucked. I didn't really like that one at all. But I do have the Ed Norton one, right? So, like, I'm like, also the two Fantastic Four movies with Jessica Alba. Right? I got those movies in there. So, kind of funny. I'm like, this will be great because they're all just scattered universes now that do wind up kind of merging together at some fucking point. You know, even the Fantastic Four movies because of the Deadpool movie, right? Like, so all of these movies, I'm gonna watch them all in like chronological order. But yeah, so I'm watching it and I'm like thinking to myself, what movie, you know, what's gonna be next after Cap, like chronologically? And then I'm like, oh God, the X-Men First Class. That's gonna have to be the second movie. So I'm like, okay. And then I was like, oh my God, do I have to watch like X-Men First Class and then fucking the Apocalypse one and the Dark Phoenix one? I'm like, am I gonna have to watch all three of those like back to back to back? Like, and then I'm like, oh no, the other ones take place in like the 90s and 2000s, whatever. So I can like toss in, you know, Fantastic Four in there or some shit just to kind of break it up. But yeah, so I was thinking about it and I'm like, oh my God, you know what the last movie's gonna be? Days of Future Past. Days of Future Past takes place in like fucking 2070, some shit like that. I'm like, that's way after Thanos. Like, so I'm like, oh shit. So yeah, the last movie is going to be Days of Future Past, and that just kind of made me giggle because essentially we're going to be going back to X-Men First Class. But it actually takes place way into the future after the Sentinels have destroyed everything, right? So I was just laughing about that. Anyways, another thing that happened 3 years ago was my car got stolen, right? And I had to go reclaim the car. Cops came busting on my door at 4 o'clock in the fucking morning. I'm like, Jesus Christ, what the fuck has happened? We found your car. And I'm like, found my car? My car's in the parking lot. Great job, detective. You know, I'm like, what the fuck? And yeah, it was in Cleveland Heights or some shit like that. I'm like, what? Like, that's 30 minutes away. And I'm like, what the fuck is going on? And they're like, yeah, found your car. And I'm like, hold on, let me fucking get dressed and get shoes on. I want to see this shit. And I walk out to where my car was parked, and there was just broken glass on the ground. And I'm like, yeah, that's part of my car. The cop's like, yeah, we got the rest of it. And I'm like, fuck. So I had to go pick up the car, get it towed to the place so that the fucking the progressive people could come and look at it and tell me what it's worth. And I got a bunch of money, like 14 grand, and I bought a Blazer. I love my Blazer. I'm actually almost done paying off the Blazer. I've got like 6 grand or something like that left on it. I'm gonna put $2,000 on it this month. I'm gonna have that thing paid off fucking soon, and that's awesome. So, right, everything's coming up Andy. So, I started getting letters from Progressive saying, hey, we're trying to get your deductible back from the fuckhead that did this shit, but they ain't found him yet, so we're just going to let you know, and we'll let you know again in 6 months. And I'm like, okay. So that goes on for like years. I got like 12 of those fucking letters. I'm like, okay. And nothing really happened. And then all of a sudden I get the call. Got him. I'm like, no shit. Yep, got him. And I'm like, wow, okay. And I'm like, well, there you fucking go. Right? We got them. We found them. They've been arrested. We're letting you know. We got the motherfucker. And I'm like, cool. Because remember, when they got the car, and I went to go and collect it, the cop was like, we're going to wind up catching them pretty, you know, easy. Like, we'll get them sooner rather than later. And I'm like, all right, cool. And I'm like, why is that? And he's like, because they left blood in the car. And I'm like, really? And they're like, yeah. They cut themselves on the glass and there's blood in the car. And I'm like, oh, fuck yeah, right? I'm like, oh, they're going to get these motherfuckers. Yeah, got them. Fucking got them. You want to know what nailed them? DNA evidence. The blood in the fucking car, right? So, I was like, that's fucking crazy. They got him. And I was kind of like, good, fuck it, right? And so then I get a call from a lawyer asking me if I want to get money off of it, right? And I'm thinking to myself, the cop told me, when they told me that they got him, the cop told me that it was going to be a juvenile case. And I was like, why is that kid? And he's like, yeah. And I'm like, all right. That sucks. You know what I mean? I'm like, God damn it. Whatever, kids are doing stupid fucking shit these days, you know. And so that kind of was like, fuck. And so now I'm getting calls from this lawyer going, we want to know if you want to try and get money out of this. You know, if you want restitution for everything that happened, blah, blah, whatever. And I'm like, nah, man, I don't give a fuck. And I'm like, maybe if I just don't call them and they just hear nothing from me, they'll just, okay, we're moving on with the case. And I was like, fuck it. And then it hit springtime. And everything got really busy. And then it was like, fuck, I'm getting home at like 6 o'clock, so now I can't even fucking call them, right? And anytime somebody calls my phone, and I don't know who you are, I'm not answering it. You know what I mean? I'll see who the fuck you are later when I get home. I'm working, right? I'm busy. I got shit to do. So those calls go on, and I keep getting messages, hey, we're delaying the case because we want to know if you want to fucking sue for money. The judge is giving you time to find out what you want to do. And this went on for like a couple months, and I'm like, oh shit. And so finally one day at work, I get the call, and it's not a number I recognize, but I kind of recognize it, you know what I mean? And I'm like, I think this is that guy. So I pick up, and he's like, yeah, it's the county prosecutor. And I'm like, hey, I've been meaning to call you, man, but every time I get a chance, it's really fucking late, and I'm sorry. And he's like, it's alright. He's like, but I got you now, so that's cool. And I'm like, alright, what are we doing? And he's like, we want to know if you want to try and get money out of this shit. And I'm like, no, I'm good. I'm like, I talked to my insurance company, and they are pursuing for the money. Like, they're suing them for the money. And I'm like, and the state or the county, whatever, is suing them for the deed. So, as far as I am concerned, they are being 2 times punished. You did a bad thing, and it fucking cost money, right? Now you're going to have to figure that shit out and pay off some of that fucking money, right? So I'm like, they're going to sue them for it anyways. And so I don't care. I'm not going to pile on. You know, I'm like, it's a kid. It's a juvenile case. And he's like, well, it was a while ago. Hold on a second. Let me look. And he looks at the case file, and he's like, yeah, they're still juvenile. I'm like, oh, that was like 3 years ago. I'm like, so even if they're 17 now, that means when they were stealing my car, they were fucking 14. I'm like, alright, man. Like, fuck. So I'm like, yeah, no, I'm cool. I'm like, I'm not interested in hammering this kid. I'm like, if you can ask the judge on my behalf to, you know, sentence them to mandatory character building, that I think would be great. I'm like, whatever it takes to get this person to be just a fucking good member of society. That's all I want out of this. Like, if that can happen somehow, I'll be happy. I'm like, all the rest of it I don't give a shit about. You know what I mean? And he's like, alright. He's like, well, I'll tell the judge that you said that. I'm like, alright, cool. Whatever, man. Just, yeah, I'm fine. I'm like, I'm good. I don't need to. I find out it's a girl, too. And I'm like, of course. 14-year-old girl stealing my car. I'm like, of course. And they said that what they were putting him up for was receiving stolen property, not Grand Theft Auto. And he's like, because we couldn't prove that she stole the car, but we can prove that she's in the car because her fucking blood is in the car. And I'm like, yeah, that's pretty much dead rights right there, you know what I mean? When you leave blood in the fucking car. The only thing worse you can leave in a car is semen. Like, that's the only worst thing you can leave at a crime scene is fucking semen. They bring in the semen dogs, and the semen dogs go, there's some cum under here, and they get you every fucking time, man. Like, they always find cum. It's the worst thing you can put in a car. Second worst thing, fucking blood. That is the second worst thing that you can put in a car. And for girls, it is the worst thing that you can put in a fucking car. Because you ain't got semen. I guess vaginal fluid would be like the worst for girls, whatever. But, yeah, blood. And like the third worst thing is saliva. So, just so you know, bodily fluids, high on the list of bad things to leave at a crime scene. Underneath that, it's like hairs and shit. Like, you don't want to leave DNA at the crime scene. And she left blood at the crime scene. Fucking women. So, yeah. I said, no, I'm cool. And then he proceeds to explain to me that, you know, if you did want to get restitution, most likely what it's going to wind up being is they're going to fucking have them go and do community service for however many hours, and they're going to pay them minimum wage, but that money doesn't go to them, that goes to you. And I was like, I was like, nah, man, I don't need a slave for a summer. You know what I mean? Like, I'm cool. Like, that's fine. I'm not going to have them go do... I would rather they just go do the community service and not get paid. Like, that seems to me to be the punishment. They go do community service and don't get paid. But I don't think that I need to get paid off of the fucking work that they go... I'm like, nah, I'm good, man. I was fucking weird, dude. I'm like, no, I'm fine. That's fine. And he's like, well, it would really most likely only be like $400. And I'm like, well, my insurance company is going to try and get at least $2,500 for them because that's my deductible. And they said they're trying to get my deductible. And most likely they're trying to get 14 grand, of which I'll receive my deductible. Like, you know what I mean? Like, or actually 16.5. $17,000, something like that. That's what they're going to be trying to get, so that they can pay me back my $2,500 that I paid on the car because it was total loss. So yeah, I'm like, well, look, I'm fine. I'm like, nah. And he's like, do you want to know, like, what happens in the case? Do you want to know if she's convicted, if they do a plea, whatever? And I'm like, nah, man, I don't care. Because he's like, you know, are you okay with us taking a plea deal? And I'm like, probably not, but I don't really care that much. So if you guys do a plea, then the plea is what the plea is. You know what I mean? Like, all I'm concerned about is that a kid fucking stole my car, and we need to model adult fucking citizens out of these people, not more hooligans to turn into criminals, to turn into prisoners. Like, we don't need that. I'd much rather have a nice citizen. I'd rather she achieve in life than fucking try and steal everything. And he was like, well, you know, she hasn't done anything since. So she hasn't committed any crime since. That's cool. And then plus I was also thinking about it like a couple of days ago at work, and I'm like, I did delay the case like 2 months because I just couldn't be fucked to pick up the phone because I'm tired. I don't want to talk to you. And I'm working. But I finally did. We'll get the shit moving. So I guess I did kind of get my fucking little jabs in there. I'll wait on it a couple of months and then I'll make a decision. But whatever. I said, nah, go on with the case. Do what you're going to do. Give her plea deal for community service and fucking time served or house arrest or whatever the fuck it's going to be. Make her wear some ankle jewelry for a while. Whatever. You know, probation officer, she's got to... Just something to annoy her. Just something to be like, I got to do this fucking thing that I don't want to do. Because that having to do things you don't want to do because you did something stupid, that's a real way to teach you not to do things stupid anymore, isn't it? A lot of people don't learn that lesson. Hopefully she does. I'll be honest. But I'm like, nah, like, I'm cool. I've forgiven her for this, whatever. I'm over it. I'm about ready to pay my car off. I've got a much better car now. I love my car. So I'm like, I'm fine. It's fine. Just do your thing. Whatever's going to happen is going to happen, and that's going to be the thing, and I'm going to be cool with it. And, yeah. So... that seems to be the end of the story. I am not going to hear the actual ending of it. I'm not going to find out. Quite possibly, they might call me and be like, hey, I remember you said that you didn't care, but just so you know, whatever. She's going to jail for life. And probably not. But yeah, it's probably going to be some plea deal. She's going to plead down to whatever. She's going to roll on the dude that actually stole it. Or the chick that actually stole it, and she'll be a witness and be hated by that person, and then not have shitty friends anymore, and that'll be good for her. And she'll go make good friends, do good things. That'd be fantastic. Maybe she makes some friends doing her fucking community service. Wouldn't that be fun? But yeah, I don't know, man. Like, that's the end of it, though. Got him, racking him up. Because it's a kid, you know, it's a juvie case, they're going to fucking go pick up trash or have to go talk to people at the old folks home or some shit like that. I don't know. I have to join the Boy Scouts for a summer. They let girls in now anyways. It's the They Scouts now. So they'll have to join the They Scouts and learn how to build fire. Whatever the fuck it's going to be. Whatever $400 hard labor gets you at minimum wage in Ohio. So, yeah. I'm like, yeah, whatever. I don't. I'm just annoyed that it happened. I mean, it's been fucking years. Like I said, I love my new car. And my new car is almost paid off. It is almost my car. You know what I mean? Like, it is going to be my car. So, it was like 3 years old when I bought it. 6 years old now. Still runs like a dream. I take pretty good care of it. So... I'm cool with it. Whatever. I don't need to chase down this kid for fucking $400. Like, I'm not concerned with that. I'm like, the amount... That's not even how much money I've spent on magic cards this month. I don't need another $400 from some fucking juvie kid under slave labor conditions. I'm like, dude, that's seriously like I'm owning a slave for the month or two. That's this kid's gonna be. I'm like, I don't need to do that. I don't need to do. I'm fine. Go work the mines so you can pay that guy. No, I'm cool. Like I could if it was something fucking serious. Like that is kind of interesting when you think about it, right? If this was something serious, or if this would have happened a year and a half or 2.5 years ago, like I was pretty raw about that shit for a while, and there might have been a time where I'd have been like, yeah, fuck it, make them work, you know, pay me. There was a time when I would have probably taken that option, even considering everything that I know now. I probably would have been like, that's actually funny. But like, imagine if it was something like really serious, not, oh, you stole my car, which for a lot of people is fucking serious. Like if it was fucking a problem for me to have my car stolen and be like, oh my god, like I live in my car or whatever, like there's no fucking way I can afford to buy a new car. Like I got paid out fat with the insurance, and I was like, hey, what's going to be my monthly payment? And they were like, this much, and I'm like, I could swing that. You know what I mean? Like I have a pretty good job. I make good money. There's people that aren't in that situation, and losing a car, that would be fucked up. And I could totally see how somebody get their car stolen and be like, yeah, fuck them. They need to pay me back. Something for this shit. $400 is better than fucking nothing. Like, I could see a lot of people being like, nah, fuck it. And then having a big old laugh about it. Be like, they're essentially my slave now. they go work, I make the money. Like, crazy. So, yeah, I don't know. It is what it is. I guess that's just the added luxury of being a victim in Ohio. You get to make slaves out of people for a couple months. But, yeah, I was like, no, I'm cool. I don't need to do that. Like, I'm good. I make enough money that $400 is... It was years ago. Like I said, my car's almost paid off. I'm over it. Like, $400 isn't really going to make even enough of a dent in the car payment that I'm going to be like... It's not even fully a car payment. I pay $600 at minimum. It's like $556 or some shit, or $565, something like that. That's my monthly payment. And I've been paying like $1,000 a month on it. So, that's why it's almost paid off after 3 years on my 6-year loan. So, yeah, or 5-year loan or whatever it wound up being. But I was like, are they going to be cool with me paying this off? Because some banks are like, no, we ain't doing that shit. You gotta pay us the whole fucking kit and caboodle as far as interest. And then there's other banks that are like, pfft, we make some interest on you, we're making money. You know what I mean? Like, so, yeah, I'm going to pay it off with like 3/5 of the interest. 2/5 gone. Like, that's going to be cool. So, yeah. That's the end of the story. That is the end of the Car Theft Saga. And also a couple of little bits just for giggles. But, yeah. Most likely what's going to happen is they're going to plea down to whatever they're going to be able to plea down to. It's going to be fucking 120 hours community service or some shit like that. And 2 months house arrest. And they're going to have to wear an ankle monitor. Wander around school with a fucking ankle monitor on. Just show off their bling to all their friends who probably all have bling of their own. And then, yeah. And whatever. Like, that's fine. Like, again, I'm in a position where I can be forgiving and magnanimous. So, well, okay, they haven't done anything since. If they were like, well, I mean, they've just gotten into nothing but fucking trouble. They you know, after they stole your car and we caught them and racked them up, then we, you know, let them out on bail and they stole another car and then they robbed a fucking convenience store at gunpoint. Like, if it was some shit like that, I'd be like, yeah, make them a slave. A couple months, a couple years, whatever, make them a slave. Make them work for me. I'm fine with that. They need to learn hard fucking lessons. Learn how capitalism works. See all that 8 hours work you put in today? You would have gotten paid this much money for it. But it's going to the dude you fucked over. Like, if it would have been something like that, then I'd be like, yeah, rack them up hard. But she's been a good girl. I'm willing to let bygones be bygones. Like I said, didn't fuck me that hard. It was more annoying than anything else. But ultimately, I'm more or less in a better position anyways because my car used to be a Hyundai. And Hyundais were easy as fuck to steal. And I'm like, probably an idiot watched the shit on TikTok. For years, I was like, it's probably some idiot kid that watched the shit on TikTok and thought, we could do that. And then they did it. And sure as shit, some idiot fucking kid watched the shit on TikTok, went and fucking did it. And now they get bling.